Hey guys, so today I've got a bit of an update on the Keep Cool sunscreen, which more information is slowly trickling out from the institute that's testing it. So, and I've got comments on what this means and what this means for a lot of other brands. So, the company that tested this came back with an SPF of 28, which is 22 points lower than the SPF 50 promised. Which is not a surprise because I told you on Wednesday, Keep Cool, ahead of this, came out and said that the tests were short on what the SPF offered. So it's not really a surprise. I think a lot of us saw this coming, maybe even a month ago. Although it's interesting why Keep Cool decided to handle this by threatening people when the whole time they knew they were wrong. Threatening us, small YouTubers, other YouTubers. I don't quite get that PR strategy. And, yeah, very strange. So, the company that tested this also tested a couple other sunscreens, one of them being the beloved Kbeauty Aqua Rich Watery Gel, which a lot of people really like. I like it. I don't love the alcohol. I don't love that's not cruelty-free, but this one came out at SPF 55, so that's good news. Although, technically, anything with SPF 50 plus should be about 60, but you know what? It's above 50, so I'm going to give them the break for that. So this one, at this point, if you're using this, no worries, you're good to go. They also tested the IOP UV Shield Sun Protector SPF, and that one is marketed as SPF 50. It came back as SPF 58, so I actually have this in my cart right now. I'll pick it up and review it, because it sounds like it might be a promising alternative. So the biggest thing with this is that now that the Keep Cool is involved in this, it involves two manufacturers. The company that manufactured the sunscreen for Purito, which is NOWCOS, and the company which manufactured the sunscreen for Keep Cool, which is GreenCos. So, I do want to make a point to say that this is not totally unusual when it comes to sunscreens. There have been a lot of brands which have had singular issues occasionally with sunscreen not living up to their claims. Skin Cancer Council, the Ren brand, even La Roche-Posay has had an occasional sunscreen where it hasn't come up to be as effective as they thought. I think the bigger difference with this is within the course of about 30 days, we've got about 15 or 20 sunscreens now that have been shown to be about half of what the SPF they promised was. So that makes it a little unique. And the other fact that makes it unique is that these two brands are manufacturing for all Kbeauty products. So it's important to note that this is not only a Kbeauty issue, but an issue for everyone that manufactures sunscreen at one point or another has had some type of issue. But the bigger takeaway, in my opinion, is the fact that these companies have a responsibility to the consumer. People are using these products to protect themselves from skin cancer. Not just like me being vain and using it so I don't get fine lines or a burn. People are using it to protect themselves from cancer. So they have responsibility. I think any brand that sells a sunscreen has a due diligence to test this to make sure that they're actually delivering what they're promising, because people are depending on it for their health. So that's a big issue. So I wish, and if these brands couldn't afford to do the independent testing, then they probably shouldn't have been selling it to begin with. I mean, it sucks. I love supporting small indie brands, but sunscreen is complicated. That's why there's a lot of brands that make skincare products that don't make a sunscreen at all, because it is a huge undertaking. It's expensive, and people depend on it more so than just their night serum. So there's a lot of factors at play here. So let me get into the other brands at this point, which if you're using, I would discontinue it at this point or assume you're getting an SPF much less. So obviously the NOWCOS, which manufactured the Purito, they also manufactured the Klairs Airy Soft UV Essence. Klairs and a lot of these other brands are really skating by this deal, kind of flying under the radar. I mean, people are talking about them, but they're not talking about them like they are the other brands. So, I don't know, either they did great PR, they did no PR, or whatever, but somehow they're skating under, and sometimes life, you get a break. So, Purito Klairs, some by me, they're True Sicca. I used it a couple times, and I did not think it was great, so Banobagi, Logically Skin, Dr. Ceuracle, Mediheal, Xoul, and Dr. Althea. At that point, if you're using a sunscreen, unless it's a mineral sunscreen from those brands, if you're using a chemical sunscreen from those brands, I would discontinue using it at this point. Now we've got the green Cos Manufacturer that made this sunscreen for Keep Cool. They also manufacture for a little bit of lesser known sunscreens, but still prominently used. We've got Keep Cool, Hygee, B Lab, Round Lab, Skin&Lab, B Plain, Leaders, Dr. G, Fascy Lab, and Bellflower. So if you're using any of those, and I'll include a list here, chemical sunscreens from those brands, I would stop using them at this point. And I have a feeling we might hear more about even lesser known companies that are made by these brands that we don't even know of yet. It's possible. So at that point, it's better be safe than sorry. Go to something thick and not as nice to use. I don't know. At this point, I've found the Can Make uses 4 filters. The Can Make Mermaid Gel. I'm wearing it today. So far, I've had luck with that. I'll be testing more. I've had luck with the Ali Knembo. I've had good luck with the Anessa products. I've had good luck just testing this now, the SVR Sick of It. Seems to have a lot of filters, so I'm making a priority to be reviewing more sunscreens methodically. So you guys can find some new great sunscreens if you're using any of these. So hopefully, I'm also working on dupes for Keep Cool products. They're not the easiest. I've really been looking for bamboo toners. Haven't found any that don't have a lot of fragrance or alcohol in them. So if there's a brand out there, I think there's an opportunity. If I had a lab, I'd make one right now, but one day, maybe. So anyway, I'll also be doing a live stream soon. I'll keep you posted on that as more information comes in, but that's where we stand as of today, and I have a feeling it'll be next interesting few months. I think there's going to be more and more coming out. So we'll see where this ends, but right now there's a good 15, 20 sunscreens that if you own, I wouldn't trust them right now. Or if you do, maybe use it as an indoor sunscreen or just a moisturizer. Those are always good. So anyway, I'm interested in hearing your thoughts, so definitely leave a comment. I love hearing from you guys, and stay tuned for more tomorrow. Thank you so much.